He hasn't helped me out.
So you
He
think the
has other,
support should be higher?
yes.
And do you have any information on his income?
No, I don't, because he has it all under his ex-wife.
I'm still paying child support for 3 kids that are still in college.
And do you know if Mr. Maura is employed?
He has his own business.
Do you know what kind of businesses he has or what he does?
He has restaurants. He has an auto body shop. He also told me that he was renting houses. Of course, everything is under his ex-wife name, but he does work with that. I mean, he gets the money. It's just under her name.
And are you and Mr. Maura married right now?
No.
Okay. So we've calculated his income at $2,800 per month. And we're requesting that child support be set at $431 per month. Are you in agreement or disagreement with that amount?
It's 400 or what?
The state's requesting child support of $431 per month.
I don't think that's right, because I've been taking care of her by myself. He hasn't helped me out.
So you think the support should be higher?
Yes.
And do you have any information on his income?
No, I don't, because he has it all under his ex-wife.
Are you requesting retroactive child support today?
What is that?
Child support from the past?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, in the last 4 years, did Mr. Maura and yourself ever live together?
4 years, no.
Okay, so there was no time in the last 4 years where Mr. Maura was in the house on a regular basis?
No.
Okay, and in the last 4 years, did he give you anything to support your daughter, like through an app, or like did he give you cash?
No.
Do you have any safety concerns with Mr. Maura having your address or your phone number?
I would not want him to have it. He knows where I stay at, and he knows my phone number. I mean, I've been living here for like 2 years. So he has my current address right now at the moment.
And if you were to move tomorrow, you'd be required to tell him your new address. Do you have any safety concerns in that situation?
I would not want him to know.
And why is that?
Because the fact, it's just been a lot of things going on, and I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently he has been coming around my house. Not that I'm hiding something or anything. It's just, it's not right for somebody just to come around your house, and you want.
Have you seen him come around your house recently?
I haven't, but my mom have told me that.
Don't tell me what somebody else has told me.
Oh, okay.
And has he ever come over to your residence uninvited or unannounced before?
To my mom's house whenever I went to go pick her up.
Do you live with your mom?
No, whenever I go pick her up from after work, he shows up. My mom even doesn't even know what he's doing there. So
your daughter's in school, and then your mom keeps her after school until you get off of work?
Correct.
Okay.
So I work 3 days out of the week, and then the other 4 days or so I'm with my daughter the whole time.
I'll pass the witness. I'll call the father, Mr. Maura. Will you state your name?
Yes, Jose Maura.
And Mr. Maura, have you and Ms. Hernandez been living together on and off in the past several months?
Yes, ma'am. The last time, this relationship has been like this for 7 years, over 7 years. She comes home, stays 3 months, 4 months, and she leaves 4 or 5 months, and it's been like that for 7 years. And then she got pregnant, and of course, it's been the same scenario with her. When she comes home, she lives back at my house, but this last 2 years, she's actually got an apartment. And this last time around, I went over there and stayed there with her from July till a week before Thanksgiving. And
okay, so you stay in July to November of 2022. You were staying at her residence?
Correct.
Full time?
Yes.
And then before that, she would come over to where you live and stay months at a time?
Months, yes.
Okay. Right now, are y'all currently living separately?
Yes.
So okay. And you said the last time y'all were together was November 2022?
No, I can only see her with my daughter if she's around. She's for the 6 years, she's only given me, in 6 years, I've had 2 weekends. That's only because she gave me a day, that she's never given me visitation. When she disappears and she takes off, she gets mad. She doesn't give me access to my daughter, either by phone, by video, for 2 to 3 months. Then she gets over what she's upset about, and it's usually about money. She wants money. If I don't give her the amount that she wants, she just ghosts me. I can't see my daughter. I can't talk to her on the phone.
So since November of 2022 until now, were y'all ever residing in the same household together?
Since November 22, no. It was from July to November of last
Okay.
22. We have not since
Has there been any family violence in the last 2 years between you and the mother?
no, ma'am. It was 4.5 years ago. And that was a situation where we were both drinking, but I didn't want to give the version of everything. So, long story short, I signed off on it, and it was deferred probation. It's off my record. It's over with, but that was 4.5 years ago.
Okay, so you've completed the probation.
Yes.
And there's nothing saying that you can't be around Ms. Hernandez or the child?
No.
Are you requesting to be a joint managing conservator so you make decisions about Caitlin with Ms. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am. That'd be correct.
And do you believe that's in her best interest?
Yes, I do.
Are you in agreement that Ms. Hernandez can designate Caitlin's primary residence in Dallas or any contiguous county?
Yes.
And would you be in agreement to having a standard visitation schedule where you get every first, third, and fifth weekend of the month?
As of now, yes. But I explained to her that the court would help me out on the situation. My slowest days are Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't have a problem with the first, third, and fifth weekend. I think the standard is also Wednesdays. Is that correct or not? Wednesday afternoon?
Thursdays.
Thursdays. Okay, I explained to her that Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my slowest days of the week. So right now, because of COVID, there's actually almost nothing going on.
Do you live within 50 miles of Ms. Hernandez's residence?
Yes.
Okay. And on your designated weekends, would you be able to pick your daughter up from school on Fridays and bring her back to school on Monday morning?
Sure.
And that expanded standard schedule to also include picking her up on Thursdays, every other Thursday, and then bring her back to school on Friday morning.
That'd be great.
Okay. And do you have any private health insurance available at a reasonable cost that you can enroll the child in?
I don't at this time, no, ma'am.
Okay. And what kind of work do you do?
I own a collision repair shop, but as of right now, and she knows that I've been trying to keep it afloat, trying not to close the doors on it. So, and I'm back on the child. On the taxes on it. I'm trying to keep the doors open, but.
And how much money are you earning per month?
Some weeks I'm right at $700 a week, and it is partially part of my ex-wife's also. So that is my income that I'm pulling to stay afloat. But as of right now, it's not making anything extra. So going back and forth with her, she wants to sell it off, and of course I'm not trying to sell it. I'm trying to make it work. But
okay, so we have your income calculated at $2,800 per month. Do you believe that's accurate?
yes.
And do you have any other minor children?
I continue now. When I went 8 years ago, I went through the divorce, and my divorce decree. I was telling the young lady earlier that I agreed that I would pay. I don't know if I thought it was mandatory.
Objection, non-responsive.
Sustained.
I just need to know if you have any other minor children, yes or no?
I'm still paying child support for 3 kids that are still in college.
So they're not minors.
No, they're not under 18. No.
Okay, so Caitlin's your only minor child, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and I recalculated support for a self-employed person at $2,800 per month. So the medical support amount I've calculated is $252 per month. And then the child support I calculated at $400 even. Do you agree or disagree to those amounts?
I'm sorry, you were breaking up on me again. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes, I've calculated child support at self-employed income of $2,800 per month. That gets us to medical support of $252 and child support of $400. Do you
Medical
agree or
support,
disagree?
I disagree with that.
And the medical support, is that, do you agree or disagree with the medical support specifically?
How much was it? How much did you say medical?
252.
Okay, I'm the one who signed her up on her insurance because she was very adamant about me being on my ex-wife's insurance. So she canceled me. But I think I'm the one that did her insurance, Laura's insurance. It was only 3 weeks ago.
So Caitlin has insurance through your ex-wife?
No. I did.
Okay.
And Laura was upset about I had medical insurance through her, so my ex-wife canceled me completely. So I don't have any medical insurance. Neither does Caitlin.
Okay,
Right
and
now,
then, so you signed Caitlin up for insurance through Ms. Hernandez's employer?
yes, 3 weeks ago she asked me to come help her sign up for her. She is barely getting her benefits, and we added herself, and Laura added me because I didn't have any insurance, and Caitlin at the time I think it was at 183 total.
And that's for health insurance or life insurance?
No, it was health insurance.
And what was the total?
It was I think it was 183. She can pull that up.
Is that per month? Do you
Yes,
know?
it was per month.
To cover you, mom, and Caitlin?
Yes, it was the very basic. We got the very minimum there was because she was because her pay rate is what it let us get to. Just do it.
And you heard Ms. Hernandez say she's requesting retroactive child support. Do you think you should owe child support for the past?
No, ma'am. Not totally. I was never ever. I have the text messages and the voicemails. I always try to keep up with my daughter. I always wanted to go pick her up, but I would tell her that I would give her money on the spot, and it was always about the money. She saw a text that I sent my ex-wife that I sent her $1,200, but that was because I hadn't paid her in about 3 months because there was no money. So
have you sent her any money or paid her any money?
I have given Laura money every time she leaves, but she says I don't give her anything. I've given her $800. I gave her $600. This last 2 years that she's been in this apartment, I've paid for the apartment, helped her pay for the apartment to get caught up a year and a half ago, prior to COVID. And this time I paid up 1 month and then half of every utility for July.
How much was the apartment rent?
Her apartment is $1,200 exactly.
And how many months did you pay that?
Well, every time we get together, of course, it's my responsibility, is my family. I try to take care of her vehicles and cars, everything. The exact amounts, I think the last time it was two full rents. This time around, it was 1 month and half of it, everything. I have it on my credit card. It was the water, the electricity, the internet. The exact amount, I don't have the exact amount, but like I'm saying, the last 7 years, we're together for 3 months. She leaves for 3-4 months. She comes back for 3-4 months. She leaves for 8 months. She comes back for 3-4 months. And this whole time that she leaves, I never get to see my daughter.
So you've been paying on and off, you've been paying rent and utilities and also car expenses for Ms. Hernandez?
That's the last 2 years when when they've come home, when they've come home to my house. She doesn't help me pay anything at all. I pay for everything, including her car, her vehicle insurance. So
you want the court to assess no back child support, correct?
Well, I mean, I understand that I owe some child support. I never got my daughter, never, ever, not one weekend in the last 6 years did she ever give me my time, but that's neither here nor there. I know that my daughter needs to eat. But during these 6 years, anytime my baby's been sick, I've taken her and picked her up and taken her to the doctor. I had her doctor's visits while mom's at work.
And do you have any safety concerns with your address being in the court order?
No.
Okay, so you're fine with Ms. Hernandez having your address and your phone number?
That's correct.
And are you wanting to know her address and phone number. So for example, if she were to move, she would be required to update you that information.
Absolutely. Need to know where my daughter is at all times.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
All right, I'm gonna make a ruling. There's been no family violence within the last 2 years. We're doing a residential restriction to Dallas and any contiguous counties. I don't understand why we can't come to an agreement on visitation or haven't done it before today. I understand y'all two have your own differences, but they have nothing to do with the 6-year-old child. We shouldn't be asking a 6-year-old child what their adult opinion is. They don't even have understanding of what it is. Understand that you're leaving your 6-year-old child with a stranger at least 3 days a week when the child's in school.
Sorry, it's with my
Appears to be
mom.
okay. Excuse me, I'm talking. And the child will be with strangers from now till they finish high school. So there's no reason, I don't hear any reason why we should deny visitation or limit visitation. Mr. Hernandez, you need to come to the realization you did not create this child by yourself. This child will benefit from being with her father. Mr. Maura wants to visit, allow him to visit, get out of the way. Stop listening to a 6-year-old to tell you what you should already know. A 6-year-old cannot make adult decisions.
Okay.
Will she be hesitant? Maybe at first, but eventually she's going to learn that her dad's going to spoil her, and it's going to be a good time to go over there. It's not your opinion to change it. So don't try to encourage her not to visit her father. Encourage her to visit her father. The other way around.
Okay.
You need to let go of your child and let her go be with her dad. So we're going to do a standard visitation order, which is the first, third, and fifth weekends of the, I'm sorry. We're doing expanded standard visitation. So the child will be picked up from school on Thursday afternoon and brought back to school on Monday morning. Y'all will have to make some adjustments if the child doesn't go to school on Thursday. Otherwise, it'll be, you need to do a pickup on Thursday and then bring back on Monday. There's going to be a change to the regular standard visitation. I'm changing the weekday visits. There's a weekday visit on Thursdays from 6 to 8 on our normal standard visitation order. On our weeks that we don't have visitation, on the weekends, on the weekend, it'll be from Wednesday from 6 to 8. So those 2 hours on the off week when we don't have visitation. The summer visitation is already set up in the schedule. So Mr. Maura is going to have his daughter from July 1st through July 31st. All the other holidays will be split up in the court order. You can read through the order on that. Y'all need to figure out a way to communicate a lot better than y'all have. And so I'm not granting a non-disclosure request. Y'all each need to notify each other where you live. Anytime that either one of you change addresses, notify the other parent in writing. The child support, I'm setting at $431 a month, and medical support, I'm set at $75 a month, with Mr. Hernandez being responsible to carry the health insurance, I guess, through the Affordable Care Act is what we're doing. So I don't really understand what the cost is, so I'm kind of approximating it around $75, because the 183 y'all mentioned includes other people that are not this child, including you and the father. So that whole $183 cost is not just for Caitlin, it's also for y'all as well. So I'm kind of giving it a fraction of the cost at the $75 a month. I'm not granting any retroactive child support. I do believe y'all have been off and on. I do believe that visitation has been withheld for no reason. So I'm not granting any back child support. So we're going to be beginning July 1st. That's when our obligation is going to begin. Any payments in the future need to be paid through the child support office so that we can reflect those on our pay history and we don't have any confusion about what was paid or what was not paid. The visitation, of course, starts immediately, depending on what the weekends are. And that's my court order. The Attorney General's office is going to put that all into a court order with more specific language that y'all need to read, and definitely read it. If you have any conflict, it'll probably answer your question. And then to make sure y'all abide by all the court orders, including the visitation and the child support. Mr. Maura, since you're self-employed, you will need to mail in your own payment to the Attorney General's office, since they're probably not able to wage withhold it from your income. All right, that's it. Y'all are done with court. You can press
I
delete.
got-
Yes, ma'am.
I got a quick question. Okay, the medical is just one something. It's life insurance.
I don't care about life insurance. We're talking about health insurance.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I pay like $300 for all of us, like somewhere around there or more.
We're not talking about life insurance. We're talking about health insurance.
Okay.
Okay, you can
And
drop
what
life
about-
insurance any month.
I got a question. What about Medicaid? Do I cut that off, or how what do I do? Because
Well,
she still
didn't you
has.
already, don't you already have health insurance?
Yes, but that's
Then
what
why
I
do you
was.
have Medicaid.
Wait,
Okay.
it doesn't go into effect till July 1st. We just signed up.
Okay,
We just
then that's your answer.
There you
Then
go.
let the Medicaid lapse, you use your health insurance. That's what we're doing.
It doesn't
Okay.
yet.
Is that it?
Okay.
Yes.
I know passport situation. Does it come through here, or that's different?
You have to talk to Mr. Moore and get him to agree.
Okay.
All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, just to confirm, you said child support 431
Yes, ma'am.
and joint managing conservatorship.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
What are those concerns?
Marijuana usage, and he doesn't properly take care of them.
What incident has occurred that made you feel like he doesn't properly take care of them?
Most recent was just when they came back from his house from this weekend. My daughter had the same clothes on for 3 days and she was filthy.